What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Banner Report podcast. I am your host, Cody Adams, and I am here joined by Steve Crowley and Jacob Pierce, my co-hosts. We are coming to you live on February 26th, 2026, the end of Black History Month, the end of February. We just got a shit ton of snow as our boys were out west enjoying the sunshine and the nice weather and the California girls. Although JB didn't appear to be having a great time with the LAPD, Beverly Hills PD. Anyhow, guys, so we went on a road trip right after the All-Star break, and our guys delivered. Albeit we lost the last game last night, the one you really wanted against Denver. Second night of a back-to-back after the fourth game of a long road trip. And you're going against the best player on the planet with the team that's contending for a title. So we dropped that one. But other than that, resounding solid road trip for the boys. 3-1. Yeah, 3-1 on that road trip. How are we feeling?
Hey, that's a successful road trip if you ask me. I mean, it's always fun to beat the Lakers. You're never going to complain about beating the Lakers.
And they were fully healthy, right?
Yeah, there was no excuses for them this time. I mean, I know last time it was a fucking weird one where both teams were on a back-to-back and nobody played, but fully healthy Lakers team, you beat them. You take care of business against the Warriors with no Steph. Like, you did what you had to do on that one. You go out to Phoenix, you beat Phoenix. No D-Book in that game, but
you didn't have Jalen Brown.
Yeah, no Jalen Brown in that game either. So you're out there, you went on a 50-11 run. Like, it's fucking wild. I don't think I've ever heard of that. And then, third game in 4 nights on a back-to-back going from Phoenix to Denver. Like, that's a schedule loss. Like, that's just what it is. I know we talked last episode about Joe Mazzulla would hate to hear that schedule loss, but like,
I don't think they were trying to lose that one. I mean, just think you got outclassed by a better team. But there's also a lot of mileage on the team at that time.
And the elevation, too. So having them on the second night of a back-to-back is, like, not fair.
And Denver you saw it off of 2 days rest, too.
Yeah, and you saw it. The game switched right after halftime. Like, probably the guys sat down for a bit. They're like, fuck, we just don't have the ability. Like, it's probably hard to get yourself back up for another 2 quarters of intense. Like, the Nuggets defenders on the perimeter, Bruce Brown was all over us. Like, checking you the whole way up. It got so bad to the point where we had to run our offensive action at the half-court line because they were pressuring us the whole way. So that's tiresome throughout the course of a game, let alone throughout the course of a game on the second night of a back-to-back, your 4th game in a week,
Yeah, if we were to, like, tier, like, home court advantages, I feel like there should be an S tier where, like, we are and, like, the Thunder and, like, normal teams. Then there should be, like, an S plus elevation because it's just like almost a different stratosphere.
Like, this is cheating.
Literally. Yeah, it's like a different stratosphere. Like, there honestly should be a rule that you can't face Denver on the night of a back-to-back, like on the second. It should just be like a rule that you can't have Denver on the, because it's just, I wonder what the winning percentage is. Like, if you just played the night before and then you fly to Denver, like, it just sounds like a recipe for your team to, like, not be ready for that.
No. Yeah, it was tough. There's a lot to dive into with this road trip, a lot of positives. Obviously, the one glaring negative, you lost to a team that you really wanted to beat in terms of, you really wanted to see how you measure up against the cream of the crop, Denver being the second best team in the league, in my opinion. But you played all Western playoff contenders, like even the Warriors, for as bad as they are, they're in the A spot. The West. They didn't have their guy, Steph, but it probably wouldn't have made a difference from that game. We pounded them. We had double-digit lead throughout most of the game. The Lakers, on paper, they're like LeBron and Luka and Redick and a bunch of other guys, but nobody takes them seriously. They're broken.
There's a lack of...
Well, we have Nemi, and we take it seriously, but Nemi is not Aiden. Yeah, I guess that's the thing to say on that.
There's an effort level that Nemi brings that Aiden doesn't on a night-to-night basis. And, like, there's a toughness to our team that the Lakers just don't have. Like, we're going to get up into you for 48 minutes, and the Lakers just don't have that.
And we're going to have a guy who protects the rim. I don't think Aiden really protects the rim at all, and they desperately need that. Like, the Lakers' defense is so piss poor. It's crazy.
So funny to look at the Lakers fans at the beginning of the year talking about, we got Aiden. Like, how did you guys let us get Aiden? It's like, they let you get Aiden because it's Aiden. Like,
because nobody
else
wanted him.
Like, he's
Yeah.
been bought out, I think, twice already.
Did you
Then
see
he had
the
a
weird
quote-
quotes?
Yeah,
that
he
have
had
come
a
out?
quote the other day. He said, "They want me to be Clint Capela. Like, I'm not Clint Capela." It's like, dude, if you
You
were Clint
wish you could be
Capela,
as good as
you
Clint
would-
Capela.
Yeah.
like Clint Capela right now at like 40 years old is better than you, dude. Like,
Yeah, Clint had a
That's
good
not even
career in Hawks for a bit. Like if he could be as good as he was for like the run where they went to the Eastern Conference Finals this year, they'd be doing much better.
It's really weird, though, just as an aside, Clint Capela on the Rockets, right? I have that
Yeah.
right.
yeah,
He's
And
like their backup Steven Adams.
but he doesn't get any burn. You
Seems
figure
like
he'd
they've
be
been-
like a pretty
yeah.
adequate replacement for Steven Adams at this juncture in their careers. Especially for a team that, like, I can't imagine he's that much older. He's 31. He's younger than Steven Adams.
only 31. Wow. Clint Capela is one of those guys that I always get fucked up with how old he is. I feel like he's been in the league forever.
I mean, I guess he's not. I mean, he's a career double-double, 11 and 10. But this year he's played 51 games, 3.5 points, 4 boards, and a half an assist.
I started one game all year too.
Weird because that team, like, and I heard Vernon on his podcast with what is it called? Jesus, Chris Vernon, Verno.
I have no idea. I don't listen to that one.
He was talking about it with the Rockets. They fall to pieces late in the game, and their offense is really heavily predicated on a 38-year-old Kevin Durant. Like, fuck it, we got no motion on offense. Give it to that guy and let him cook. And Durant, for the most part, has done that this season, but it's not sustainable, especially when you're playing the cream of the crop. But the reason for their success early on, I can't imagine any small part is due to Steven Adams. Like, it's easier to run that style of offense when you just get like 2 or 3 more extra attempts on a possession because the guy's crashing the offensive boards.
Yeah, like their offensive rebound percentage was at like the 60s, like the mid 60s for like the beginning of the year. It was like, it doesn't matter if you don't have a point guard to set up your offense. If you can just get the ball on the rim, 2 out of every 3 possessions, you're probably going to get a second shot. So, and I'm looking at their roster right now. I mean, like, Capela's just probably fallen into the depth chart. I mean, like, you got Jabari Smith Jr., who's his size, maybe not as burly, but taller. Kevin Durant.
But he's a stretch guy.
Yeah, but you also got Kevin Durant on the team. You got Şengün on the team. So, like, none of them are as big and burly as he is, except for, like, maybe Şengün.
Triple-double cocaine beer.
No, that's fucking Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was talking about Alfred Şengün. That's fucking hilarious.
No,
I got that way wrong.
Apparently that was KD talking about Russ, but, like, there's already a bunch of big guys on the team, so I get why he's not getting minutes, but, like, you're right. I think that he should be. Like, I see why he's not, but I think that you need to, like, make that tweak and, like, hey, what can Capela give us? Like, can you give us 15 minutes tonight of just, like, go out there and, like, beat the brakes off somebody on the glass? Like,
I mean, if Ime Udoka is gonna give up on Reed Shepherd, which it appears like he just doesn't like him out there. He hates him for whatever reason. If you're not gonna have like the slow it down, let's work out our offense here, let's get something going on the half court, you need to like do the high energy stuff. You need to have a Neemias Queta who's crashing, getting a double-double. You need to have a Steven Adams who's averaging like 14 boards before he went out. You need all the advantages you can get. Like, beat them on the hustle margin if you can't beat them stylistically or play-wise. And that's what's going to kill them. I mean, they're not going to win the title. They're pretenders. The Lakers are pretenders. The Rockets are pretenders. They're great teams for the regular season, but they're tough to watch. I can't imagine being a fan of those teams where it's like the play breaks down so hard and you don't have the energy to, like, I don't know. It just feels like they should have. They were a team last year predicated on their defensive energy, and they're not that anymore. And I mean, listen, it's hard to argue with the success they've had, but I don't see big things happening for them, and that really fucks up the calculus when you went all in for a Kevin Durant.
No, I saw a mixtape. I was watching like I think it was like the live stream after like the hockey, and they were talking about the burner stuff and the Rockets in general, and like one of the live commenters was like confirming that this is their least favorite Rockets season of all time for all the reasons you're saying. Like they're good, but they're just so frustrating. It's like we've had seasons like that where like we win, but we just keep blowing leads and just frustrate. You know what I mean? Like
you don't even have to look that far back. Just look at the
No.
Knicks series.
Yeah, exactly.
That was
yeah,
incredibly frustrating to watch every single game.
Yeah, I guess that's just basically being a Rockets fan this whole year. I wish Ayton was on their team because the burner comments about Ayton would have been hilarious, man.
Oh my God.
I'm sure there's some in there from him talking about his old Phoenix days because they played together in some Phoenix, right?
What would DeAndre Ayton's historical comparison be? not Mussolini or Stalin or Hitler.
Andrew
more
Bynum.
like he wishes.
Yeah, it's true. It's a 2-time champ right there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean that sucks for Houston fans, but it's the deal you make with them when you make the deal with the devil and bring Kevin Durant in, and you don't really. I mean, it's not really their fault that Fred VanVleet's
I think
ACL blew out.
There, it's like it's a different season.
Oh, imagine if he was there. Then you're talking about a serious contending team. Like that team will be. I mean, what are they now? Probably still second in the West, right?
No, the Spurs got that.
Third in the West, yeah, and they're now 6 games back behind the Spurs.
Yeah, Spurs are locked in this too. If not contending with one.
Yeah, the Spurs have almost the same record as the Pistons right now. The Pistons are the Spurs are the 2 seed.
I mean, they're 3 games back from the Thunder. We'll see how that shakes out as the season goes. SGA just got cleared to play, so I guess the middling stage of the Thunder season, they're 45-15. I mean, they call that middling, but it's just about to go through the roof now. But
they were supposed to win 80 games this year, so it feels middling.
We were legit talking 74 games at the beginning of this year, the way they started.
And J-Dubs played like what, less than 20 games?
Yeah. Yeah, didn't they start like 24-1? Like it was pretty realistic of us to talk like that. They just kind of had like a 50% month or whatever that made it not realistic anymore, but they started crazy. Also one Ayton quote that I saw before I forget it, I saw something hilarious. The Lakers you see the training staff thing? The Lakers training staff wraps DeAndre Ayton's water bottle in tape and writes, DA's crunk juice, drink this to unleash the beast on it to keep him motivated.
Jesus, dude.
They need to write a little saying on it to keep him drinking the right stuff and being motivated.
I mean, he is only, 25? Like, he is still a kid. Yeah, like, I guess you need that.
I mean, I don't know. Like, do you think they ever had to do that for Jason Tatum or Jalen Brown? Or
no, I mean, you think they do that for Ugo?
Kata right now? Like,
Ugo's 19, and he literally looks like he just ripped the crack pipe and is ready to play absolute lockdown defense. Like he's like, I'm willing to. When Will Campbell for his pre-draft interviews is like, I will fight and die for my quarterback. Hugo's like, I will fight and die for this possession. Like, I will die for this.
It's like, hey,
are you willing to match me?
We're up by 8. Like, there's 3.5 minutes left in the second quarter, and like Hugo Gonzalez is like, I'm ready to be decapitated. Try and get this ball right now.
Yeah.
He has the chance to be Joe's favorite player of all time for sure. It's like Joe created him at a lab for that type. He's the same mentality, like you're saying, like because Joe would say the same stuff. He would die for a win.
He still has to coach him on like the basic offense stuff because it does kind of fall apart. You see how raw he is a bit. When the game slows down, he's not being that game breaking defense. Like he came into the league with like elite energy in defense, but the rest of his game kind of has to be fleshed out.
Oddly, I feel like
he's 19.
And oddly, he's like his best thing is like when he snags a board. He has so many coast to coast highlights this year. I feel like that's like when he shines is like when he gets it in sprint, like that cool Baylor Ron moment. And then it kind of had a fancy Hugo finish on the other side. Like he's good at that. He's good at pushing it once he gets a lot of rebounds, thankfully.
Absolutely. Just one more thing on the West, real quick, before we talk more about the C's. The Spurs just as serious contenders. What do you guys think? Are they serious contenders, you think, or are they just like maybe they got a year?
No, I think they're serious right now. I mean, like look at their record against the Thunder this year. They're 3-1. Like,
okay, why do you think this is? Why do you think they're so good right now?
Wemby, like,
well, right, but like go a little bit more in depth.
That's like I would go more in depth, but it really is just Wemby. Like when Wemby plays, like there's nothing that you can do with him. Like he's a 7'6" guy. You can't shoot around the rim against him. So if you're not a good 3-point shooting team, like you're not going to win that game. And if he decides that he wants to dunk on you from the free throw line every time, then you're giving up 30 to him. Like I don't know what to tell you. And like their guards have played unbelievable. Like they're
I mean, they're getting performances from like Harrison Barnes and Keldon Johnson, people who are these guys who are like legitimate 6-man candidates. Like it's a team effort, but yeah, it is mostly Wemby.
The development of their guards has been unbelievable. I mean, look, you got like Stephon Castle, rookie of the year last year. This year's a dog. Like they know how to play, even though he can't shoot. Like he knows how to play off of like not being a shooter. Vassell's been great this year. You got who's the other guard I'm missing?
Harper.
Yeah, Harper. Harper's
the worst Harper brother.
Yeah, he's on his way to maybe a rookie of the year. Like he's in the conversation, anyways. Maybe he's far off in third or fourth.
I mean, he's not. He's going to be. It's a 2-man race, but it's pretty much flag. I mean, barring something, there's injury reports of flag.
But like a normal year, he would be in the talks. Like, but this year it just happens to be flag and Knipple just going bananas. So
having some of the best seasons ever for rookies. Yeah.
De'Aaron Fox is out there hooping too. Like we're seeing what him and Wemby could do together. Like this team is just built well. They're a well-oiled machine. They're well coached. Like Wemby just changes the narrative of every game, and like they're a nightmare matchup for the Thunder because the Thunder are not a good shooting team. Like they're not a really good 3-point shooting team, and when you play the Spurs, you have to hit your threes, or else like because you're not getting much around the rim.
No, and that's the thing with the Spurs, and I think that's why I moved them into now. Like, yeah, they could win the title this year, talks because they have the best. They're going to have like arguably the best player in the matchup, no matter who they're going against. Even if they're going against the Thunder, they have the better player, in my opinion. SGA is an MVP. He's an elite player. Their roster is stacked, and I wouldn't be shocked if they won the series against the Spurs. But if the Spurs do house them, it's because they have the better player.
There's only one series, I think, in the West that they would play, and they wouldn't have the better player, and that would be the Nuggets.
Absolutely. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, like Cornet's their 9th, like in terms of PER, Cornet's their 9th best player. So they really just have a deep team because we have a lot of respect for Cornet. So like if you have a 9 that's that strong, that's pretty crazy. And it's kind of like the Thunder last year. Like they're all young and inexperienced, so it can happen. Like can't always just write off these like too early type teams because sometimes there's just that. And I think their coach is really underrated too. I think Wemby, Bryce Johnson, I think is his name, or I forget exactly, but Mitch Johnson. Yeah, like I think Wemby, like kind of, this guy will probably never get the love he ever deserves, but he clearly is doing a really good job with these young guys. Because even in games that Wemby's out, like they'll just have Fox and the young guys and still win these games. I think they won a game against the Thunder without Wemby, or am I wrong? Forget, but they've beaten.
Sounds right.
There's been, I think I'm right too. There's been some big wins without him too somehow. So they just got a good ass team that seems to have good chemistry.
Absolutely.
I mean, you're even getting like good minutes out of Julian Champagny on this team. Like they're like top to bottom. Like you're 9-10.
He's like a legitimate role player for them.
Yeah, like this team is if you want to make a deep playoff run, you need to have a deep team, and they have a deep team.
I mean, and the Spurs are pretty much like the Celtics have been, maybe not as successful recently, but in terms of player development.
If they get this chip, they'd be pretty like on par at that point. Like kind of a mostly homegrown team.
It was pretty rough the first few years of Wemby. Like they went in the tank still, and that's smart for team structure and stuff. And it's probably why they're maybe about to win a championship in his 3rd season. But and even before that, it was pretty ugly. But you know, the Celtics haven't been that uncompetitive in a while.
No, we had the Nets tank for us.
We haven't missed the play. Yeah, that's another good thing. We haven't missed the playoffs since we drafted Marcus Smart. Yeah, that's how long it's been since we missed the playoffs.
What, 2013?
Yeah, like it's been. I don't even know. My years are always all fucked up, but that sounds right to me.
Yeah. And speaking of centers and playoff contenders, just want to cycle back. The Celtics are also still in the process of integrating Vuce into this team. But Vuce over the road trip, I have it here. Throughout the early stages of his Celtics tenure, including the road trip, Vucevic is averaging 12 points and basically not 8 boards. So pretty good, around 43% from three. So he's doing what he has to do, and the addition of having Nimi out there really makes up for the defensive shortcomings and the slowness he tends to have. But he also allows a lot more flexibility in terms of running your offense, so you can take the ball at the top of the key, and his passing is elite. So he's really changed the dynamic of how the team plays. It's just it didn't really matter much against the Nuggets. The Nuggets had an excellent game plan, and they really punished. Like, Adelman did a great job coaching that game. He's like, Jalen Brown, make everything incredibly hard for him, pressure him the entire way, cover the other, like Pritchard and White, and just basically let Ron Harper Jr. out there on the wing, just let him try. And if he hits and beats us, fine, we'll live with it. But he didn't. He hit like 1 3-pointer. Like, he went like 1 for 7, and yeah, that was basically it for the game. But
it was pretty, to add on too, it was a pretty scary game, honestly, seeing the Nuggets build. I mean, obviously we talked about the back-to-back and the altitude, but they didn't have AG, and basically didn't have Jamal last night either, because Jamal literally played 7 minutes. So kind of was Jokic and his role players. I guess if you have that certain of a dude, you can do that. But yeah, the Nuggets are for real. They just win with whoever's out there, plus Jokic, basically.
I mean,
how do we let them get Bruce Brown back? Like, how did we let that happen?
Because he was kind of mid without him. He kind of stunk a little. Like,
and he was way overpaid too for the Raptors, right? Like,
I think he went to the Nets, didn't he?
I think both. I think he's
both for sure.
Yeah,
I think the Nets signed him first, and they're like, "Oh, he's going to be great." It's like, no, like you're going to sign him to try and run your offense through him. It's like, that's not what Bruce Brown does. Like, Bruce Brown plays off of other guys. Like,
I mean, what a genius plan! Like, hey, buddy, go get your bag and just come back in a couple of years. Like, because they didn't, like, I don't think Denver's mad. It's like, go get your fucking $10+ million a year, whatever you're gonna get, and then yeah, just came crawling back, and he's.
I never get mad at the role players for going to get a bag, for sure. I don't get mad at any player for going to get a bag. Like, Al Horford left and went to the Sixers to get a bag the first time, and I was like, okay.
Nah, I was pretty mad at that. He chose the Sixers over us. It wasn't like in terms of, I don't think the money was.
No, they gave him like $30 million a year. Like, he was on a contract till he's like 36, making $32 million a year. Like, yeah, that's a bag. He wasn't getting that anywhere else. We were not giving him. I
think we were going to give him. We had both our guys on rookie scale contracts. We had the money to spend.
No, you had Kyrie and Gordon Hayward on that team.
That's right. But we pay nobody else besides Al.
That was the absolute shit show of like Hayward trying to come back and pissing off the young guys and the old guys being mad at everybody, and Al was like, yeah, I'm not dealing with Kyrie anymore. And like, yeah, go get the bag. And then he came back and won the title. So,
Cornet too. I feel like that's a cleaner one too, because he didn't go to a rival. But that was a clear one. It's like, Cornet, go get your bag. We love you here, but we can't, not paying you 10 or 12 a year.
Horford did the same thing this year too. He left. He was like, you guys can't pay me as much. I'm gonna go get the last bag. And
did you see that? But that's not why he went to Golden State. Did you hear the comments after the game? Why he's like, there for reasons that I can't like share right now. I had to go, like, leave and go out west. That was weird. That was pretty cryptic. I don't know what that meant.
I mean, Al's kind of a closed guy, anyways. He's never been like open about many things kind of guy. Maybe something to do with the family or something like that.
Or maybe it was just money and he doesn't want to say that. Like, I feel like he's also the type that wouldn't want to say, I went for money. I feel like I've never heard him say that.
He's left for money before.
I know, but like, did he ever say that out loud? I feel like he's too polite.
It was all assumed. It was like, hey, yeah,
we're also at a lot different of a place now in terms of relationship with Al. Like, he's minted here forever.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's a Celtics Hall of Famer to me, regardless.
I could see him coming back. I don't know in what fashion, but like being involved with the organization somehow. I think I could see that. Maybe that's why he's saying shit like that. Where it's like, I left because they pay me more. I not only left, I left for a rival of yours, by the way.
Twice.
Yeah. So like, maybe he doesn't want to like put any tarnish on that, because it's kind of hard to reintegrate that guy back into the franchise post career. Because it's like you were obviously just a mercenary. That's how we got you in the first place.
I saw a funny tweet. It was I think it was like 5 years ago or 7 years ago today. The Thunder sat Al Horford in a game, and the reason for sitting him was old. was like you were allowed to do that back then. And it was like, oh, that was 7 years ago. And then like the other night, you had like 20 for the for the Warriors.
He didn't look that old in the fourth quarter against us. He's like kind of going nuts. Yeah, that's obviously the Thunder were like
They were tanking that year.
they were a joke.
He was playing too well. They were like, yeah, we're trying to get a better draft pick.
Absolutely. Look at JB, sorry, had a triple double.
This is like fourth one this year or something like that. I think it's more than he's had in like his career combined or something. Like his been unbelievable this year. Like we were talking at the beginning of the year about like, oh, what do you expect from him? I was like, oh, well, you know, we expect him to score more, but his efficiency to go down, and you know, maybe a little bit of a playmaking bump, but not much. And now you look at him this year, going like, wow, like he does everything. Like
I can honestly say I didn't expect this from him. I don't think anybody, besides maybe JB and the staff, I don't think I had this high of expectations.
No, for sure not.
Very, very, very lucky that he. I mean, from everything we've seen with this guy, we should have expected it, kind of like he's just always risen to the level.
That guy.
He's always elevated his game, no matter the moment. He's always taken himself up. Every single year of his career was a step forward.
And we should have looked at it after that final game against the Knicks, where like he was like a turnover machine and he was inefficient, and like we should have looked at that and known that was going to eat him all off season, like the way that he is and like the way that he's built. And we should have known that like this year he's going to come back with something special.
Absolutely.
We're just lucky as hell because if like other years we've needed Tatum to pick up the rebounding, and this year we need JB to pick up rebounding. It's just like we're lucky to have these like guys that can just kind of adapt and pick up skill sets when we need it. It's like very rare to just get better at something specifically because your team needs it.
And his playmaking has been unbelievable too this year.
Oh yeah,
like
I mean, yeah.
He was a turnover prone guy, like, you know, drive to the paint, not really know what to do with it. Now this year, it's like you see him reading the second and third defender on plays and like running everything through him. It's unbelievable to watch. And like now you're looking at like Tatum's full scrimmage, full participant in 5-on-5 scrimmages with the team. Like he's ramping back. He's gonna come back. It's like, hey, you're just gonna add that guy, and that's gonna make everything just a little bit easier for everybody. Like, I don't expect Tatum. We don't expect Tatum coming back at like first team All NBA level, but like if he comes back at half of as good as he is, like that just makes everything just so much easier for everybody.
I forget who said it. Somebody on Twitter. Do you guys give any credence to the fact that if Jaylen Brown, like he said, that Jaylen Brown's career is already like way better than Tatum's? I forget what this was. Ah, Jesus. Vamp while I look it up.
That's a tough one to back up. I don't know what actually. I mean, like he's got the finals MVP, and that's the only thing that he has that Tatum doesn't have because Tatum has 5 first team.
I imagine he has like maybe one more All-Star appearance, right? Or one more something.
No, they have the same
one more year.
They have the same amount of All-Star appearances because I don't think JB made his first 2. And I know that Tatum's got 5 first team All NBAs. Jaylen Brown's got 1 third team All NBA, I think.
Yeah, like, that's the thing. Yeah, I was going to say that.
I mean, Tatum's got records like the Game 7 scoring record. He's the only thing that Brown has that he doesn't have is the Finals MVP. And it's like that's not really like he had one better series than Tatum did. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, people are just really recent with this stuff because, like, Tatum had like 5 years where he could be considered the best forward in the league, and this is Brown's first, and it's amazing that he's able to do this. But like, yeah, we gotta pump the brakes a little on that, a lot of that stuff. Like, we just gotta hope this is consistent going forward. But Tatum's amazing.
I mean, granted, if Brown does pull off an MVP this year, I mean,
yeah, no,
that's maybe we can have that conversation. But I don't like we talked.
I was gonna say, would the MVP push him over the edge?
Yeah, I think it for a career if he has an MVP over Tatum. Yeah,
you got to look at the 65 game stuff though. All the players miss the 65 games. Like, you don't think that's going to be brought into the calculus?
We'll talk about that now, but in 20 years,
yeah,
when that's just been a regular thing for 20 years, like we're not going to talk about that.
I'm happy that Jalen's going to get a first team this year. Jalen should get a first team this year, and that'll be awesome.
I don't know. They're talking about him maybe making second or third team.
Well, aren't you off it with the 65 stuff? So like, none of the people that are so it basically be the MVP conversation, and he should be top 5, obviously.
He's like, it is kind of going to be tough for him to make first team though with the people who are on it. You got,
But like if that's a
Cade
65
obviously is a
game,
lock.
65 game, you're gonna knock 2 guys off the top. You assume with Joker and Shea,
And it's positionless now.
You're
So
not
now
going to
you're
get rid of
looking
Luka.
Now you're looking at Wemby, Cade.
Luka.
Wemby's
Is
not
Wemby-
going to hit the mark either.
Wemby's
not
close to the
either.
65 mark, yeah.
So you're looking at Cade,
Luka.
Luka,
That's it for people.
Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah.
Tyrese Maxey.
How's Tyrese's numbers been looking this year? I know he
Jalen's gonna make
started
it
off this
over.
year absolutely killing it, but
Jalen make it over Tyrese.
I mean, listen, I think Jalen Brown's been the best player in the NBA.
Yeah.
I mean, and most consistent, by the way, in terms
Yeah,
of
I mean,
availability.
look, Tyrese Maxey's 29.
The only
4.
person who has an argument over him is Kate. Sorry to interrupt you.
I mean, 29, 6.5, and 4. Like, that's pretty good for Tyrese.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry. It was. I've been looking it up forever. I couldn't. Of course, I can't find it anywhere. Chris Canty says Jalen Brown's career is officially better than Jason Tatum's if he wins the MVP this season. Okay.
Okay. That's definitely a fair discussion. That's like that's an award that like freaking sends you to a different tier.
I just hate I'm immediately averse to any sort of like divisive commentary, and this is obviously they're trying to fill time on ESPN as we are trying to fill time on this podcast. But yeah, I don't want to give it any reason for like these guys to split. Like no, their careers are inseparable to me. First of all, they always will be because they won a title together. But in terms of who's a better player, in terms of fundamentals and skills, it's Tatum. But in terms of productivity and what they've given you, Jalen Brown has an honest case, and I think they're both ones. They're both 1A, 1B. It's as thin of a margin as possible. And that's why we've been the most successful franchise for the past decade, basically.
Yeah, I mean, like, especially after this year, you're looking at that margin being real thin between the two of them. Like,
very thin.
A couple of years, you're looking at like, all right, it's Tatum and then it's Brown for sure. But this year, it's crazy. I mean, I would hate to see like Brown go down or anything like that, but it really would have been cool to see Tatum in this position too and see what he could have done.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't want to see it. I really don't want to
go down because I mean, like, look how much weight is on his back to carry this team this year.
Not even just going down. Well, yeah, that's a serious concern, and it makes you worried about the playoffs a bit, obviously. Yeah. But if that's gonna bite anybody, it's gonna bite Detroit hard, and I think that's why a lot of people are in the East are sort of jockeying to be like, maybe we can get Detroit here, even though they're like the most dominant team in the NBA all season. It's just that it's very much one guy, and the rest of the guys are like, all right. You know, there's serious flaws with 2 through 15. Everybody else, the only person who's not really is like Duran, who's a solid player, but you're relying a lot on the guy who's 23 and can't shoot the ball.
No, I agree though about hating. It feels like this season has been so fun, but it has unfortunately felt like it's brought so much of that pre-championship conversation back. That's for sure. Even though we already won it, it just feels like it's brought the J versus J, Maz and Felger type talks up way more than they should be. And it's like, it's a situation where like we've never seen Tatum in this situation. We've seen him have 30 points per game with Jalen on the same team, which is definitely can't forget. Like that he was sharing like with he's been able to do this.
MVP.
I was gonna say he's been able to do this with people getting more shots around him. So it's like I think he could do this, but like I hope we never see it. That's one of those things. Like I hope we never see Tatum without Jalen. Like I think
if we see something very bad has happened to the Celtics.
Yeah, exactly. Like
or Jalen Brown, which
I don't even want Tatum to have a chance to prove that he could do this.
Yeah, no, right. That's the thing, and it doesn't have to be injury. So it could just be like Tatum being like, I want to go out in LA. Or like I want to go to this team and like score 35 a game, or something, you know, because he's capable. There's no doubts about the capabilities. And yeah, but so it's just stupid shit that people are trying to. And it's right, Jacob. It's the exact same cudgel that people have been trying to beat over our heads for 10 years. It's like, well, you can't have these guys together forever. So it's like, well, I would really hope we can because they're 2 top 5 guys. Like, I would really hope you can keep 2 top 5 guys who, 1, love each other, and 2, are winning and play in really healthy basketball situations and are both likable guys. Really hope you can keep those guys together until they retire. But
Yeah. And you'd only ever hear this about a team with 2 wings, too. Like, you would never hear this if it was a point guard and a center, even if they were still taking the same amount of shots. And because, like, they do play differently, too. Like, Tatum kind of plays like a point guard a lot of the time when they're on the floor together. Like, I feel like it's just because they're both, like, somewhat they're both on the wing. So it's, like, a debate, even though literally the best duo of all time is 2 wing players. But yeah, it feels like people just can't conceive them working well together still. It doesn't make sense, but it fucks with them.
it's like
we've
it's
heard
like
this argument before with Kobe and Shaq. And
I was going to say Kobe and Shaq. That's like the prime example of how this goes wrong, right? Like, you blow up a team that is for sure the best team in the league and was going to be for like the next 10 years because
Yeah.
the 2 guys like eventually grew to hate each other.
Well, good thing we don't have Shaq in the locker room. I think we're set. We don't have one of the bigger menaces of all time for
sure
team
Kobe
chemistry.
didn't endear himself to many either, but
I don't think
you
Kobe
know.
was very nice in the locker room either. So I think that was kind of a.
He wasn't shitting in shoes and lighting people on fire though. With Shaq
What?
Shaq lit a teammate on fire once.
Fire shit.
Shaq would poop in shoes and he actually lit a rookie on fire.
Oh my God. Imagine the size of a Shaq shit.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
No, if a lot of it feels like almost silence because he was like the idol of the league, but like he was a fucking menace back in the day. Like some of the stories are fucking insane. Like he should have been put in jail.
I mean, he's very much given the irreverent goofball, but he's also fucking hard ass and like a prick for sure.
Exactly.
And Kobe is the same, but Kobe like he wasn't so like they're all loved by other guys like the league as they should be.
They're both that good that they could still win a three-peat. That is just
and both have like an epic desire to win. Had like Shaq immediately won the minute he left. Kobe won after Shaq left, and they won together, obviously. So, you never question what their makeup was.
I mean, Jordan and Rodman never fucking talked, or something like that. So something weird like that.
Well, it's because Rodman was like, the minute the game ended, he's like, book my private jet to Las Vegas. I'm gonna go bang Carmen Electra and blow my paycheck up my nose.
Do the weirdest shit ever too. Like I heard some weird story.
Just pick me back up in the game right before Game 6 tips off. I'll be in the arena 2 hours before.
Wearing my jersey still from the previous game.
But listen, it played out on the court. That guy was he never had a question whether or not he wanted to win.
No.
Yeah. So Tatum 5-on-5 scrimmages over the course of the break. It's heating up more. We're obviously preparing for him to arrive. And then you have this weird Haynes report right after the All-Star break about how like it's actually going to take a lot longer. And it's like he has to go through physical, mental, team checks and all that before he plays. And there was obviously we were speculating on last pod about is he going to come back like on March 1st or whenever the first game in March is, or March 3rd, maybe the first game was. I don't know. We'll see. Obviously, Missoula said when JT feels like he's JT and when he's ready, well, that's when he's coming back. But it does feel like we're approaching it soon. Like he will be back in March. I don't know whether it'll be next week. It'd be great if it was. But yeah, we'll see it sooner rather than later.
I mean, the beautiful thing is, like we were talking about, like the Pistons and Cade being like having to bear that load for the whole year and then going to the playoffs. It's like, yeah, well, now we have JT coming back to lighten the load. Like they don't have a guy coming back like JT to take that load off. Like
nobody does.
All you
perfectly
need is
drawn out. We perfectly planned it.
Yeah, I mean, like, if JT's like 60% of himself and he has like 1 or 2 JT games in the playoffs, like you just probably won those games.
I mean, at the very least, he's gonna do wonders for the spacing of this team and the offensive flow. Like just his presence alone is so magnetic to defense.
He finds a way to contribute too. Like that's the thing. Like if you go back and you watch that Game 7 against the Heat that we lost, where he like rolled his ankle in the first like 2 minutes, like he had like 13 or 14 rebounds in that game and like 6 or 7 assists.
Like just imagine if that was JT out on the wing instead of Ron Harper Jr. last night. You wouldn't have been able to. Adelman wouldn't have been able to keep Jokic in the paint. to protect the rim.
Yeah.
And that just opens up the entire for Jalen Brown to finish. We literally couldn't go inside because Jokic was there. And he just decided to plant himself there because they bet on us not being able to shoot. Now you swap out a 26% 3-point shooter and Ron Harper Jr. with Jason Tatum, the dynamic has completely changed. And we probably win that game. Or at least make it a lot more competitive than it was down the stretch. Who knows with how Jokic is? He's doing circuit. The first shot of the game was a fucking ridiculous circus 3-pointer in the corner off a 1 foot turnaround. It was like
he did the fucking meme. He did the fucking covering for 24.8 or 23.8 seconds of the shot clock, and he just does that shit.
It's like, what the fuck, dude? Like, come on, you're that good at basketball, man? Fuck.
But I mean, even last night he was 11 of 28, so it wasn't like he was like a crazy efficient dominant game. Like he had 30, but you made him.
That's why I'm scared of him. I was like, why did they win? Like why?
Yeah,
no.
It was a defensive masterclass by the Nuggets, admittedly.
Yeah,
that was the defense because they only scored 103. Like,
yeah,
usually a team scores 103 against the Celtics. The Celtics win that game.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Over the past 10 games, including the trip, Boston has held opponents to an average of 95.7 points. 3 of those were below 90 over the
Suns
stretch.
didn't even break 80.
Yeah.
This team is like, so fun to watch defensively. Like they run around like their heads on fire.
Oh yeah. Hugo White time is so fun, dude. Like when they're subbed in together, it's like you have to figure the other teams are like, oh fuck, almost like on Kawhi. Like obviously Hugo's not like that individually, but them together must have that impact of being like, oh fuck, we got to deal with this shit.
I mean, even like Shireman and like Hauser, they're like making impacts defensively, like getting their hands in passing lanes and hustling for loose balls.
That's got to be one of the biggest takeaways from the road trip is how well Shireman played over the course of the trip. Jesus, hold on, let me get a sip of water.
He can rebound
like,
so well.
Unbelievable. Like
he was 11-11 in the game against the Suns, right? Like a
couple double doubles.
But his defensive pressure, he allowed us to go small in that game against the Suns, and we boat raced. Like we have so much flexibility here because everybody on the team is a high energy, athletic defensive player that we can just roll out a litany of lineups and see what really works. We can go double big. We can go very small. We can go traditional. All of that stuff. In terms of flexibility, especially when Tatum comes back. There's not a team that's as flexible as maybe the Thunder.
Yeah,
probably.
We're also like I feel like we're showing too that like there's no like obviously there might be a few. There's some bad eggs that just literally have bad attitude and never will get there. But like I think also like Joe and the Celtics are showing that like literally anyone can be a good defender if you're in the right system with the right coaching. Like the fact that we've been able to convert like pretty traditionally not athletic guys like Baylor into being solid defenders, like undersized wing that's like kind of slow but can get it done. Like guys with Anthony comes in and he's decent. Like we'll see how Vooch turns out, but like Pritchard is serviceable at his tiny size. Like I feel like a lot of the bad defender labels could kind of be solved with good coaching if they just go to the right system.
I mean, like the word culture gets thrown around too much. I feel like it's a cliche almost, but like the culture of this team is what helps this team go as far as it does. I mean, like you just bring Anthony Simons in, like we talked.
It ain't talent, buddy. Look at the roster.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, like you look at Anthony Simons comes in, like you're talking about that guy's like the worst defender in the league, and he's a pretty decent defender when he played for us. I mean, he had a fractured wrist or a fractured thumb or something like that came out, and like he was still out here. Like,
you think you would have that if he was on the Celtics still?
What do you mean?
You think he would have a fractured wrist and be out for the remainder of the season if he was still in the Celtics?
I mean, he's playing.
I find the timing very weird.
Fracture for
Oh, he's not missing the season.
No,
how can you play with a fractured wrist?
It's like a hairline fracture on his like thumb or his wrist, something like that. It's like the same thing I think Harden has.
Yeah, like non-displaced or something.
But like he played through that the whole year for the Celtics and you didn't hear about it. Like he was working his ass off defensively and like he was like a great, from everything you hear from all the players, he was a great guy being there, a great guy, a great teammate. Like the culture of this team is what pushes this team forward. And it's like, we're not like the Heat over here where all we do is talk about fucking culture and like we just do it. We don't talk about it.
The Heat culture died with Jimmy Butler left the team.
Yeah.
I tell you what, we miss Anthony Simons a lot. Our bench production was not great in that game. 5 points off the bench.
I was gonna say if Pritchard's having a bad game, it's tough.
Yeah.
We
I mean,
really could have used a
also
steady
outscored the
second.
entire Lakers bench by himself. So like we have those nights too. So
Yeah. I'm just thinking over the course of 7 games, like
this
you might need a
way to
secondary
come
ball
back.
handler every now and then.
He's going into free agency this offseason. Like he could come back, and he said he hasn't closed the door on that either.
Tatum fixes a lot of that though too, obviously.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
Well, I'm thinking off the bench when
Yeah.
those guys are sitting. You know,
As far as Tatum comes back, and you get Simon's coming back too. Like your bench is now fucking Simons, Pritchard, and Vucevic.
we failed the 40-20 game rule.
Yeah.
Didn't make
We
it.
did, which is tough, but
We've talked about it. No team has done this and added the top 5 MVP candidate back midstream, right for the playoffs. So
yeah, one of the 5 teams that won the finals was, I think, Clyde Drexler came back from injury or something like that halfway through the year, or they traded for Clyde Drexler.
And they didn't win. They didn't hit the 40-20 mark.
They didn't hit the 40-20, but they won the title because they got him. And so
it's also just a marginal difference too. Like we're there.
It's very much a like okay, you know, I get what you're trying to say here, maybe, but we're different. It's a different league. It's a different game. It's a different team. Like
yeah, and we're not a different
the rule
team.
Might not apply here.
Yeah, if we won last night, we're the same team. It's not any different.
Yeah, I mean,
literally the
whole fucking games. You think you lost one of the Pacers and one of the Nets this year? Like,
well, the tough one, and it's funny because it's not really that much of an issue anymore. I mean, it can be, but it's going to get resolved when you add JT back. Is the defensive boards, like being able to close out the defensive possessions, and like the I think the Nuggets almost got like double digits second opportunity like buckets last night. So like they fed off of those second chance attempts because we couldn't close out. And we've seen that flaw all year. You saw that when we lost to the Jazz on the Nurkic got a offensive board and put it back for the win. You know, you've seen it here and there. That is a flaw for this team, but it's one of those flaws that should be resolved.
Well, that flaw also we've resolved it pretty well. I think we're second in the league at defensive rebounding percentage in February and January. Like
it's been better. It's been a lot better.
We're probably a top rebounding team in the league for the last like month or two.
Yeah,
so, like,
to Vucevic, he's 8 boards over the past 10. So
like, that's been helpful.
That's his defense right there. Like people forget defensive rebounding is so important for defense, obviously. But that is like no matter how slow he'll be a positive for that. That's for sure. And it's just funny though, the people you described is like the Nuggets and the Jazz. It's like, oh, so we can't handle 300-pound Eastern European hosses.
Because like, there's only like 2 or 3 of them in the league.
Well, the fucking Nuggets got 2, man. That's why they just bring JV off the bench. It's like, oh, good, the same body.
All season we've had a tough time against big teams that can go big on you.
Definitely.
But this team we're looking at now over the past month has not been the team that we saw the past 3 months. Like it's a different team entirely because you don't have that secondary ball handler, elite energy bench shooter guard. You swap that out for a big guy who's, you know, an offensive powerhouse, but. And now we're gonna see it with Jason Tatum. It's gonna be another team entirely then too. It's been an interesting, probably the most fascinating season I've seen besides the championship one, where it was even then that wasn't that fascinating. It's like how much are we gonna win by tonight?
It was just enjoyable. I think enjoyable would be a better word than fascinating for that year.
Yeah, right. This has been the most fascinating Celtics team I think maybe ever in my lifetime, just because we've seen 3 iterations of a different team throughout the course of the year.
That first year with Hayward when he broke his leg in the first game, and then we had JT starting, and like how far that team went. I think like 7 games with LeBron.
That's memory hold that entire season. And once Gordon Hayward broke his leg, I'm like, we're fucked. And I should have paid in because that was Tatum's first year, right? Like I should have paid attention.
But that was an interesting year, but different ways.
If we didn't have gambling ass Terry Rozier, we would have made it to the finals too.
Terry was good then.
Not in game 7.
Oh well.
Game 7, he was like, I think he was like 2 of 13 or something like that in game 7. Brutal.
Oof.
But yeah, no, he was electric, and when we beat that was one of my favorite series ever. When we beat the Sixers with that squad, oh my god, that was fucking electric. Terry was amazing in that series.
Absolutely. Anything with the Celtics on the road trip? Anything before we move on? The look ahead, back home for a bit. Actually, that's not true at all. Actually, yeah, no, that is true. Jesus, I had that mixed up. Back home against a bunch of shitters in the East. You got Brooklyn on Friday at home. You lost to these guys.
That's
Watch out for the trap. Watch out for the trap.
First back after a long road trip too. Like that's a trap game. But like this team really hasn't fallen into very many trap games.
No, they better not. Better not lose this
well.
game.
We won a lot of games that we thought were like trap games the other way, like that Houston second night of a back-to-back where you go and you beat the brakes off of them. Like, so I don't know.
You should win that game. If
sure.
you don't, I'll be upset. Sunday against Philadelphia, that's the game you really want to pinpoint. You really want to win that one because that's a team that's on your ass in your conference. High stakes Atlantic Division battle. That's on Sunday. Then you're in Milwaukee on Monday, second night of a back-to-back in Milwaukee. Giannis?
He could. I don't know. He was evaluated like what we saw like 4 to 6 weeks, a week or so before the deadline. So I feel like it would be around now. Yeah, and it seems like he's day to day more so than out at the moment. It keeps seeing like he might, like I don't know. It's just like the wishy-washy updates recently on him.
This game becomes infinitely more watchable if he's playing. I hope he doesn't.
Yeah, the Bucks have been decent though. They kind of have a weirdly
water.
Yeah, the Dieng guy that they got, or they scooped out of nowhere, maybe late in the draft, afraid exactly, but they've been Ryan Hollins has been good. The other guy that beats people has been good too.
Kevin Porter.
Yeah, but yeah, no, they've been doing better than people thought. That's for sure.
Yeah, there's a real chance they slide into the playoffs if they can get their guy back. So that's why you maybe circle that one and be like, if Giannis is going to come back, he should come back for this because you're going to need to win this game. But we'll see. And then Wednesday, you're at home against Charlotte, kind of the Cinderella team of the year, although they are below 500 currently. Honestly, you should go 4-0.
Yeah, it doesn't. Even if Giannis plays, you should go 4-0. Like that team is not enough to beat you.
It shouldn't be, although they beat you last time without Giannis.
Yeah, I mean,
trap game.
Right.
Those trap games that we don't lose, apparently.
We're all talking about shit here, so.
The Bucks are 8-2 in their last 10 without Giannis. That's insane. I didn't know it was that good. I know it felt good.
Now?
They beat the Cavs last night. Obviously, they're banged up, but it's not like they can get an excuse.
The Cavs played nobody last night.
Yeah, but the Bucks have been playing no one, at least notable.
Literally, all year.
They beat the Heat. They beat the Thunder and the Magic.
Wow, you can't even shit on it. Those are all playoff teams. I was going to say they're playing like.
How many people played in that Thunder game though? We know Shea didn't play.
It doesn't matter. Any amount of the Thunder players that play are better than any amount of the Bucks players that play. Like, pick any. Just go through the roster, compare it. Like,
how's Chet's numbers been this year? Has Chet been playing, or has he been sitting too?
I don't think
he's been actually relatively healthy this year, but I don't think it's been that crazy.
No.
J-Dub's only played 26 games. I looked it up earlier.
No. Yeah. Chet's averaging 17 and 8, which is like
he's played 52 games.
Yeah,
52 games too. All right, so he's
not shooting the ball from distance.
Yeah, but we expect better than 17 and 8 from him when you consider the roster, like with J-Dub being out. Like he should be picking up more than his usual averages.
Second pick overall a few years ago. Like, you figured you'd be at least 20 points a game.
I still can't believe they fucking Jared McCain went there. I can't believe they traded for Jared McCain. Like, that's such a good pickup. Like holy shit, that's such a great, like, even if he doesn't play in the playoffs, like that's a guy like, hey, down the stretch, like, hey, we can sit Shea for a game or two here or there. Like, we can sit like J-Dub for an extra game. Like,
I mean, he was like the only player that showed up for the Thunder when they beat the Raptors the other night. Like, he won the game basically.
Like, he was the dog.
Dude, yeah, I'm looking at his numbers right now. He's McCain on the Thunder's averaging 12 a game, 12 and 3 rebounds, with 44% from 3. So it's like, yeah, they were kind of struggling with shooting, and they added a guy I mean, 11 points per game is higher than I thought it would be. Obviously, they haven't had Shea, but it's kind of similar-ish to what he was getting on the Sixers at a higher percentage. So that's scary for sure.
Well, good. That guy moves from the starting rotation to the bench. Jesus.
Yeah, and
where
he's
he can
going to
be arguably more effective.
I know, exactly. Like, he could turn into Pritchard for sure.
As if the Thunder needed any more, like, great players. We'll see with them. This almost feels like year from hellish for them, even though they're the first seed with like a bullet and still easily the favorites.
Everybody's been hurt all year long. Like nobody's playing crazy efficient.
The back-to-back thing is really in jeopardy, I think.
Yeah.
What was their number for the year for their over/under?
60-something.
It was like 64, kind of low for them.
Well, it probably was the highest.
Yeah. I just mean like for what they were. Yeah. They'll clear that.
Can you guess what Chet Holmgren's nickname is?
Is it the piece? I know the Twitter one.
I don't know the Twitter one.
Chet Nahu.
Oh my god! Is he pro-Israel?
I don't even know. I think he practiced in a gym that had Israel flags once, and that might be it. But other than that,
I think it's just because like he plays bad, so people are just like, "Hey, what dictator can we call him today?"
Kevin Durant on the beat.
What is it, like oxtail or something like that?
No, it's cheddar. Jesus, you're thinking way too high. Oxtail.
Well, there's all these memes about him like fucking pretending to be black and going to like ordering oxtails and stuff like that.
He said that in an interview once. He was like, "I love ox," or something like that. And people
is he? He's not black.
No, he's very white.
Okay,
so that's the meme. Assume. That's the meme. Like they fucking put him in like a do-rag and stuff like that. Very funny.
Yeah. Anything we didn't talk about with the NBA? Anything else? Harden gonna miss some time. Cavs get interesting. I think it. We went back and forth on it. Huh?
Harden's not missing time. He says he's gonna play through.
Well, I imagine he'll miss more time than he would typically.
Probably should. I mean, yeah. Obviously, it's not in his like dominant hand, but it feels sketchy. Like because like we're saying, like players will go after that, especially if you play someone like the Pistons.
Yeah, if I was him, I would have had them rather not even say anything about it. Like you say something after the year's over, like
just sit him because he's old. Just do the sap tonight because old.
Yeah, or
it's
like,
fine.
Even if he doesn't want to sit and he wants to play through it, like don't put a report out that like I have a fracture in my right hand because like guys are gonna hand check that hand all day long. They're gonna force him to go right.
Yeah, people literally. Yeah, I know. I was seeing people online being like, "It's not even shooting, and you can play through." It's like, what, dude? He's gonna not be able to go the other side.
Played basketball. Yeah.
It's like we don't want we saw a series on. I never want to rewatch is the Jalen versus the Heat shit where they're forcing him left every fucking play. Like that will happen to Harden if they know this flaw.
Especially because like he likes to step back, and if a left-handed player likes to go right to step back to shoot, the way a right-handed player likes to go left to step back to shoot. So it's like, hey, we know you're gonna try and take that step back going right. Like, we'll see how good your hands feel today. Like,
yeah.
It's very.
Are you guys worried about the Cavs?
Like, I mean, I wasn't worried about the Cavs even when they got them. So I mean,
they play very well together.
I think they won 3 out of the last 4 or something like that. Like they're playing really good, obviously, but once again, it's the playoffs. Like we know what James Harden does in the playoffs. Like we know what Evan Mobley does in the playoffs. Like, it doesn't really worry me at all. Jared Allen, if he doesn't get like fucking 5 post-ups a game, like he just doesn't want to play apparently. Like it's not. The team doesn't worry me that much.
Yeah, it's just tough because they had like their best year ever last year in the regular season, so it's just hard with the Cavs specifically to be like trust it. It's almost like the Hawks back in the day.
It would be really shitty if this was like another James Harden honeymoon thing. Be really shitty if he fizzles out again.
I know. It's almost like it's human nature of us not to want it to happen, but it's like all evidence points to it happening.
Track record says like, hey, he's gonna play really great for you when you first get him, and then all of a sudden it's gonna start fizzling out, and the playoffs are gonna come, and you're gonna be like, what the fuck did we trade for?
His last good playoffs was against us, and it was like for 3 games.
Yeah,
he had 2 unbelievable games that he won you. He stole a game when Embiid didn't play. Like,
and then he scored like 7 points in Game 7.
Yeah, and he was like an absolute shitter, and like Tatum had 51. So,
but he sucks in the playoffs, Steve. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's the fucking dumbest argument I've ever heard.
What big games does Jason even have? And you fucking rattle off like 5 all-time playoff games in game 6s and 7s.
Eastern Conference Finals against the Pacers, he averaged 30, 10, and 6. Like, yeah, that's pretty bad. I don't know.
People are just haters, dude.
Colin Coward.
Oh, I hate that guy.
His whole like, close your eyes. Do you see a moment of Tatum? It's like he ruined the talk with that because everyone just fucking plays that clip now. That shit sucks.
Yeah, I mean,
what kind of metric is that? Close your eyes, picture a moment of Tatum.
Yeah, it was like, oh, well, you can't imagine a big moment that Tatum's ever had. Like,
it's like, no, I'm actually picturing the behind the back pass to Horford in the corner in that Pacers really important moment on the way to the finals. Remember that? Like, there's so many moments.
Pick any like 40 to 50 point game in any playoff game. He's had multiple, like, I don't know.
The game-winning layup on the Nets. Yeah, just so much.
How about him hoisting the Larry O'Brien? That was pretty sweet.
Yeah,
I like that a lot. People just talk nonsense.
There's only one good fucking analyst in all of Fox Sports, and that's fucking Nick.
Well, I'd argue there's 3, 4 at least, including you. If we're including you, sometimes on the right day you're the 4th.
Oh, I mean, I said on Fox Sports.
Oh, who is it?
I was like, what the fuck do I have to do with Fox Sports?
I thought you said there's only one good. I thought you said there's only one good analyst.
Can you remember who's on Fox specifically?
Fox Sports is like Nick Wright.
It's Barstool, Nick Wright, and Colin Coward. Right? Like they have bars. They sold their soul for Barstool. Well, Nick Wright's cool. I like him. Although the black versus white All-Star game was an interesting take.
Hilarious take.
He's gotten better because Jokic got more MVPs, but he was so bad on the early Jokic stuff. He was like, this is the worst MVP ever. And then he's like, is this the worst 2-time MVP ever? And that he was doing that for a bit, but he's kind of chilled on that, thankfully. But that was a bad run for him.
He does the same shit every other fucking analyst does, where it's like
he tries to get clicks.
It's like just hot take shit. Like, hey, how can I go 180 to whatever everybody else thinks and make it like inflate, like enrage people, get rage clicks. But whenever it comes to anything like social, like justice stuff or like anything like that, like he always is 100% on the nail.
He has his head on his shoulders. Yeah,
he seems like a good smart guy. Like he's a good guy. Like you know all this about him.
Oh yeah.
Much like you, Steve. I was gonna say you sitting here casting aspersion on Nick Wright for his hot takery is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, but like a lot of these guys are doing hot takes just to do hot takes to try and piss people off. I actually believe in what I'm saying. There's no way that he thinks that like Jokic was the worst MVP of all time. Like
dog walked the Thunder in 7 in the playoffs this year in
5 games. Finals. Hopefully we get to see it because like right now, like the way that things are going, who knows if we're going to see it because the Spurs might just fucking dog walk everybody in the playoffs.
True that. Any games you're looking forward to this weekend?
Sixers and Celtics. Like that's my big game for the weekend.
Cavs versus Pistons. That's pretty big. That's tomorrow. Nuggets versus OKC.
Ooh,
with Shea back maybe.
Shay's back. No Aaron Gordon. No J-Dub either.
Yeah, I was like, well,
playing or no?
Pick any. I don't think so. I think he's on the IR.
They're both just so injured right now. It's tough.
Nothing really on Saturday unless you like New Orleans Pelicans versus Utah Jazz.
I might do it just for the fucking vibes.
Sunday at 1, Spurs versus Knicks.
Ooh, who's got that game? Is that like an ABC primetime game, or is that like a?
It's at 1 on Sunday.
Well, like what is it on ABC? Is it on NBC?
Brother, I don't Google it.
You're looking at it right now. What do you mean?
No, I'm not. I'm looking at a ChatGPT printout.
Oh, you fucking cunt. But they don't even play on fucking Saturday.
True. Take this all with a grain of salt. Everything I've said. You got Timberwolves versus Nuggets at 3:30.
Also, the one thing to consider too when you look at games nowadays is that the Pelicans are kind of a fake bad team in the way that they can't even tank and they're playing Zion a lot and stuff. So it's like if a good team's playing the Pelicans, is actually probably a worthwhile watch because they'll actually try. They've no pick, so they're not tanking.
Pelicans easily the best worst team in the league.
Yeah, Zion's been healthy too. He's going to play like 66-ish games.
Sunday, the Spurs Knicks on ABC.
That's good.
Sick. That was real pertinent. Anyways.
Well, you told me to fucking look it up, so I looked it up.
and then you got Sixers versus Celtics.
Like that's a sweet nightcap. Sixers Celtics. You get an old. That's one that got bumped, right?
Well, the nightcap is the Kings versus the Lakers. That ain't a sweet nightcap. That's 9:30.
Is that on like a prize? Well, you don't fucking know. You're just gonna tell me that fucking they play at 10:30 or whatever.
I imagine.
I imagine that's not the primetime game nightcap
Right.
on a Sunday. I'm imagining the 8:00 game is the nightcap for everybody. That's not a Kings fan. I feel so bad for Kings fans, dude. They lost like 14 straight games or something like that. Like, we're the team that wasn't supposed to be tanking this year. They were supposed to be good.
Why did they trade Russell Westbrook?
Because they're fucking stupid, dude. They talked all fucking year about how they were going to trade fucking Levine and they were going to trade Sabonis and they were going to trade DeRozan and then they just didn't trade anybody.
That is stupid. I agree, Steve. That is dumb as shit. It's ridiculous.
I feel bad because Westbrook's over there, like, and he's probably going to play the rest of the season. And he's like,
still fucking good. He's not Russell Westbrook, but he's still a good bench player.
Yeah,
I
like
wish
he's
he was
going to
on
be
the
like killing
Rockets,
himself because you know how he plays like for a team that sucks and is not going to be any good.
Yeah, I mean, imagine if he was on the Rockets.
It'd be fun too for like the KD
Imagine
thing.
imagine the tweets from KD about that from his
He's 15.
This fucking guy again.
Shit. Cocaine bear. He's 15, 5.5, and 6 assists. 5.5 boards, 6 assists. Right now, on 43% from the field. 43% from the field, which I believe is below average, and he never can shoot the 3 ball, so he's 33%.
No, but I mean, getting you 5.5 boards and 6.5 assists a game, like that's 15 points too. I'm assuming a lot of it's just hustle, get to the rim plays.
His fucking PER is not that far off from his career average. He's 14.8 PER. His career average is 21.3.
Yeah, he's playing for a team that is not serious too. You never know if like his efficiency would be much better on like a actual team.
Yeah, team that has like actual spacing and runs real plays.
How about somebody he could? It's amazing. He has 6 assists. Who is he passing to? DeMar DeRozan. I guess that's it.
Right now it's only DeMar, but I mean before that, I mean I guess you can get a couple of the Levine and a couple of the Sabonis.
Which he's center.
Great fucking pick and roll.
He's averaging, since he's been a bench player, he's averaging the 3rd highest field goal attempts per game since he's been a bench player.
Out of all the bench players?
Huh?
Out of all bench players?
No, just looking at his career stats, he's averaging 13 attempts a game.
You said that's his 3rd lowest that he's ever averaged?
Since he's been a bench player, yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, when he was a starter, he was averaging 20 plus.
Yeah.
Jalen's taking the most shots per game in the league this year.
That makes sense. I mean, honestly, it makes sense. He's throwing it up there.
Second highest usage percentage behind Luka.
And that's the thing that people throw in their face to shit on this season he's having. It's like his efficiency numbers suck. It's like, okay.
But better than they should be for most shots in the league.
I know, like he's the guy who gets planned for every fucking night, and he's still getting you 29 a game.
People they look for any fucking crack in the game to be like the on-off splits, or it's like okay.
And that's what it is now. Everybody's like a fan of a player, not a team. So now it's like, oh, JB can't be as good as Cade because Cade has a better fucking free throw percentage than JB. It's like, all right, like, what are we doing here?
I was seeing shit on Twitter, like there was like, oh man, the Tatum stands must be so sad for not watching this whole year. And I'm like, who the fuck are you guys talking about? What are you talking about?
I don't think there's only Tatum fans, at least not in Boston. Maybe they're nationally.
I don't even know. He might be one of the only players that doesn't get that because he's so hated for some reason. Like I feel like only
people you could think of might be just Tatum fans, or people from St. Louis, because like
maybe or like Duke, maybe that's it. Otherwise, it's like
college fucking fans are weird though. They might just be Duke fans.
That's true. They probably moved on to Flag.
Absolutely. Anything else with the NBA before we move on to our movie? Okay, our movie review. Wrapping up February, wrapping up the 28 days, years, months, weeks, month, where we cover all of the films, the quadrilogy. We wrapped it up with 28 years later, part 2, The Bone Temple, which came out this year, 2026 release in February, I believe. Or no, sorry, in January. Didn't do well at the box office. That's why it was available for us to stream. And there's been a lot of talk about maybe the trilogy, the third, because as you watched, it pretty much leaves on a cliffhanger. And it was always planned to be a trilogy, but now there's a lot of speculation that maybe it won't get greenlit because it wasn't successful for its budget. But regardless, it was a good film to me. Obviously, this film takes place immediately after 28 years later, part two. Like sequentially, the second movie, Bone Temple, takes off presumptively where the last movie just left off. Starring the one omission, Aaron Taylor Johnson does not return to the film as Alfie's dad, but you have Ray Fiennes return, Spike, whatever his name is, the actor, playing Alfie. You have Spike is Alfie. Whatever. Fuck, Jesus! I keep saying this. Just get it right. Sorry, I'm looking it up.
Spike's a kid.
Spike is the main character, basically, the boy. Jack O'Connell as Jimmy, and the alpha guy, Samson. I forget his name, Michael Chai something. Guys, what'd you think? Sorry, real quick. Directed by Nia DaCosta, not directed by Danny Boyle like the last one was. Both written by Alex Garland. Go ahead.
Both well done. I mean, honestly, it was kind of seamless between the two of them, even though it was a different director on this one. Like, I thought that it was still very close to the other one, which was great. One thing I really do enjoy about these movies is that, like, from the opening scene, like, they drag you in. Like, every single one of them. Like, the opening scene in 28 Days Later is like, all right, like, he's, like, in the fucking hospital, and he's walking around London, and there's nothing. Then 28 weeks later, you start off with the
barn house, the guy.
Barn house, and the guy running it, getting taken over, and the guy running away. Then 28 years later, the first one, you start off with
the church, the Jack O'Connell's character.
Yeah. This one, you start off with Spike fighting the guy and stabbing him in the leg.
Oh, dude, how brutal! Seeing that in theaters, I was uncomfortable.
Oh yeah, and it was so long. Like
how long it is, yeah.
And like it was
him realize he's dying. It was creepy.
That shit makes me my skin crawl.
I think these are like some of the best horror movies I've ever seen. Like the way they do the gore and the way they do like the action and everything like that. Like I think like these are better than any other horror movie I think I've ever seen. Like especially this one.
There's definitely a penumbra of like quality and storytelling in this quadrilogy that other horror films, especially as you go down the sequels, fall off the rails. Like this one has, dare I say, improved in terms of storytelling as we've gone along, besides maybe the second film. And not to mention the series has swapped hands multiple times, from Danny Boyle and Alex Garland to the director, the Mexican director for 28 Weeks Later, back to Danny Boyle and Alex Garland, then now to Nia DaCosta and Alex Garland, and the final one I imagine is it's going to be Danny Boyle back to wrap up the quintilogy, whatever it is for 5.
It felt like more of a horror movie than a zombie movie, which is probably why you like them too, Steve. Like this is one especially too, kind of had more to do with the characters and evil people than it did like the actual zombie. Like Jimmy was scarier than the zombies in this movie, that's for sure.
Oh, and Jack O'Connell fucking eats up the screen here. He's great. I mean, he's probably had the best 2025 / going into 2026 out of any young actor, even though I think he's older than us, but not by much. I knew an upcoming actor with Sinners, and then that to this, the 28 years later, part 1, where he's in it for a bit, but then this one is really where he's eating up the screen time. He does play a fucking wacky, creepy dude very well, and it's that mixed with how well the story's written, the choices they make for each of these 2 films, this one in particular, focusing on the characters and the evil of the humans instead of focusing on the threat of the zombies. Zombies are like there's like 1 or 2 scenes where the zombies are a real threat to anybody in the film.
It's like more of a home invasion film. Like it's almost like Strangers meets zombies, especially with that family. Fucking, that was so gruesome. Obviously,
Almost like the movie Funny Games from the night, like where it's like just a torture film and it's
oh my god,
awful.
dude! I know what you're talking about. I saw a fucking recap of that. I've never seen it fully, but I saw one of those recaps and I was like, holy shit, dude! And I saw that they made a remake too, when nothing changed, just to make you watch
It's
it
very
again.
much like a torture, uncomfy, psychotic porn thing. Not that it's porn. It's like people. You're literally there. You're not there for like a great engrossing story of human nature. Well, I guess you are. Just how evil it can be. And this is sort of like that. And the zombies were much more a threat in the first film, 28 Years Later, Part 1. There's obviously the scenes where Spike and his dad go out and they're going through the types of zombies and they're getting chased by them. This one, DaCosta does it, and the way she films this differently. It's paced a bit differently. It's slow. It's a lot slower. It's a lot more focused on face and showing the characters, each individual character, and focusing on their emotions and their range as a sort of character study of how evil these people are. And also when you flip it over to Ray Fiennes' character, it's basically a buddy comedy between him and the fucking zombie, and it shows Ray Fiennes like humanizing and it's two sides of the spectrum. One's covering the evil, the other's covering basically the hope of humanity and the goodness of it. But this is definitely a film about character studies and how this would play out in a zombie apocalypse.
Pretty wild,
Yeah,
but
there's like no zombies in this like entire movie, basically. I mean, like you had like one scene when like one of the people were going back to their little village and like the zombie killed one of the guys. And like you saw Samson kill somebody in the beginning.
Samson spoiler alert, Samson,
Oh,
when
yeah.
he starts to become cured, has to fight off. I mean, the scene where he has the flashback to when he's on the train and, it just kind of shows him coming out of the infection, dare I say, the rage virus. He's becoming a human again because of what Ray Fiennes has done. And then it swaps, like, he's actually surrounded by zombies. He has to fight his way out.
Yeah. That part was so sick.
Fascinating choice.
Did
I
you
really
see,
like that choice.
the flashback when he's on the train? Like, did you see the behind the lady? There was an infected guy running down the train.
Oh, I didn't see it on the second rewatch. I'm gonna probably rewatch it again tonight just because I want to go through the details of it. I think in the theaters I was like looking for it, and I do vaguely remember it.
Yeah, like it was like because like when he's a kid and he's talking to a lady and then like he looks at her and then like behind her, like you can see down the train, you can see a guy fucking running like down the train. And you can tell like he's like fucked up, like running like the zombies do.
Yeah.
And then like that's why like there's the part where the kid like kind of peeks around her, like what the fuck's going on down there? Sick jump scare kind of thing going with like he looks up at her and then like she's like a part zombie asking for the ticket.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty sweet. Uh Unbelievable job, I thought, with the Samson character, like coming back out and like turning him into that. And like I hope that he takes over the Bone Temple because that'd be kind of cool to have like a giant alpha just holding down the Bone Temple. Like, but I don't know.
Well, I think
With
the
the
next
video
film
game
is
guy
not
in me.
gonna. We might not be going back there, and I'm okay with it. I think we've had our time with it. We've seen both spectrums of it, where like it's this beautiful place, and it's literally it's bones, it's death, it's thousands of dead people. But what it's meant to be is a beautiful monument to the dead people who died. To give, it's meant to be like a sort of symbol of hope or humanity in the fucking craziness of the apocalypse.
I mean,
I
yeah,
don't think we'll be
the fact
going
that he
back.
cured Samson with like human medication basically is like a huge fucking pro for. It was a very positive moment for that. That's for sure. Like, wasn't it just psychosis medication basically was what ended up fixing Samson? It's like that just is everyone that's just out in the world. It's not like some crazy cure you got to come up with.
Yeah, and it's a break from in the first film when the dad's telling Spike that it takes their mind. And if they fix their mind, it takes their soul. They're no longer humans. They're different. They're animals basically. They're trying to kill you. Like you can't look at them like they're humans. This film immediately turns that on his head and is like, actually, no. The rage virus is more of like a cloud in the mind space It does have physical effects on the infected. Obviously, Samson is. He goes into how it makes your genetics physical. It bulks you up for certain people. There's the fucking crawlers who are gross and fat and are starving or whatever, and then there's the regular infected. But this goes to show that through each of them, the infection is not. It's reversible. It's just a cloud over their mind, and Kelson Refine's character goes through that. That's the big thing you learn from him in this film.
I wonder if like normal zombies would be easier or harder to convert back. That was something I was thinking of, like whether they aren't special enough to be like to have the wherewithal, because obviously it seems like alphas are smarter than the rest.
Yeah.
Like it seems like the other zombies probably have shit. Maybe maybe their brain is like degrading over time and stuff. But it's like I wonder if they'd be easier because they'd have less rage. Maybe, I don't know. It's interesting. I was thinking that during the movie, if they'd be harder or easier to convert than an alpha. Like if he started with the hardest task or the easiest, I couldn't tell.
Yeah, and now that I'm thinking about it, going back to the ossuary, the Bone Temple, maybe we start there because I think the next film, it's going to wrap it all up, right? Like this is going to resolve the stories, and unless it's going down a completely like dour or sad note, whereas like there is real no hope here, which it could do that.
Mhm.
I imagine they're going to like expand on the cure aspect of this, and Samson's going to have to play a vital role in that because he's the only person that's ever been cured, and somehow we're going to have to learn how Kelson did it. And the last time you see Kelson, obviously he passes in the film. He gets killed by Jack O'Connell's character, but Samson's carrying him away. So maybe there's more. Well, and spoiler alert, Cillian Murphy's back. Like he's back in the film. The last scene you see is him and his daughter studying for a test, and then they see Spike and Jimmy Inc., whatever her name is, the good bad person, running from infected, and they're going to save them. So to wrap it all up, I imagine those stories will converge at some point. I don't know where, and how it resolves.
Let's not forget about 28 weeks later when the two kids had the special blood that can cure all the zombies too. So let's not forget that they're going to come back too.
Heterochromia.
Like,
I think
Yeah.
only one of the kids was able to not be infected. I think the daughter was because she didn't have the dual eyes.
Yeah, she wasn't bit yet, so we wouldn't know.
Yeah. The son got it, like the blood blown in his face, and that's like the way to get infected is if the blood enters your body.
yeah,
rather than a bite.
that was very funny that they just completely just abandoned that in the next like couple films. They were like, yeah, no, we don't like that storyline. Fuck it.
Yeah, and a lot of this was it's written well enough to the point where you don't really notice it unless you're like a freak of nature like me, where you're studying the plot points of a zombie film. But they did basically retcon it via writing. Like, they don't starve after 5 weeks; they actually hunt deer, or they eat worms and they become like these bloated, gross fuckers, or they get huge and they can just do whatever they want. And then obviously 28 weeks later, it ends with showing them the infected running up through Paris. You see the Eiffel Tower in the background. But Alex Garland explained that canonically in the story, the EU and Paris and France fought back the zombie invasion and pushed it all the way back to the British Islands.
It has
Not
been
really
a long
explained
time.
well in the
Yeah,
story.
I was gonna say you could kind of write off stuff too by being like in the 28 years since like the zombies adapted. At least, I mean, like maybe you could like think like they probably just retconned a lot, but also you could kind of play with like stuff to rationalize it in your head because it has been a long time, and they would adapt a bit.
Absolutely.
But
I love this being with Maiden.
I'm glad that they went this way with the cure though, because it took like 28 weeks later, like the whole like, oh, someone's blood is the cure. Like that's every fucking every apocalypse scenario. So I'm glad this is very unique. Like the psychosis angle is like very unique, and I'm actually like excited to see how that happened. But like, yeah, like it just being some kid's blood that you want to get somewhere, like that's literally like most zombie movies. So it wouldn't have felt like something I actually want to follow up on. This one I do. So I'm glad they did it.
Somebody's got to find Kelson's like bunker too, though, to find the cure. Because
yeah,
like Samson, we don't know if Samson knew what he was taking when Kelson gave it to him, because he was.
We don't even know how there he is yet. Like he still like exhibits zombie tendencies. Obviously, when the last you see him, he's doing a very human action by carrying Kelson away. So maybe he's fully cured, but we don't know that.
Well,
At
then you
least,
see him come back to kill fucking Jimmy Crystal too.
yeah.
Did he kill him, or was it another infected? It's
I couldn't
quick.
tell.
I couldn't quite
Yeah,
tell.
it was kind
I
of
get to assume that it's him
yeah. They
because
didn't
you didn't
really
see him.
show you.
But I also thought it was great storytelling almost, or like maybe not storytelling. I don't. It's not the word I'm looking for. But when he comes back and he's completely like red from all the blood from the zombies, and then he's walking up to Jimmy's upside down body.
He looks like Satan.
He looks like Satan, like so
He has
much
horns.
the long hair and the beard, all covered in fucking blood and red. And when like he was looking for the devil, and then he found Samson, like who looked like the devil. Like I don't know, I thought that was kind of cool. The horns thing was kind of weird. Is that part of because Kelson blew that shit in their face, or
It's I imagine a dying hallucination that he was having. Like he first of all, he's wacky, so maybe he has psychosis to begin with. Like,
he
but I
definitely does.
imagine it's and also he got the drugs blown in his face, and also he was dying, like he got stabbed and was hanging upside down. So I think it's just like supposed to be like just a nice striking visual of he obviously like was lying about the devil stuff, making it all up to sort of manipulate the manipulable but at his dying thing is like he sees the devil. The devil's real, and he does not care for him.
Well, I think he does. He told Kelson he does hear like the devil talking to him, which he had no reason to lie to Kelson about that at that point in the movie. You know what I mean?
Well, right. That's what I mean. He's
I
like a
think
legitimate lunatic, so maybe he does have.
like psychosis and stuff like that. Yeah, for sure.
Especially
What did
in
you
this
think
world too.
of the Jimmy Crystal character overall? What did you think about like how they played that out with the fingers and all of them dressing in like Teletubbies? Like, what did you think about that choice?
He was a good villain, and someone that you really wanted to get their comeuppance the whole movie because he just is such a pussy to me. Like the whole time, it's like he's just manipulating kids, like you're saying. Like he would not get away with this with adults. Like he's just kind of grooming like killers, and that's the only reason he's getting away with all this bullshit. He was and like you're saying, we see that he like sees the Kelson thing and then stages it. So he probably does this sort of stuff all the time, or he knows stuff's not real. Also, like the fact that he did that, I don't know. Yeah, he was a good villain. He was very flawed, and you wanted him to die the whole time. It's just exactly what you want.
I thought it was like cool because it was like you had to like remember the first movie, like the first scene from the first 28 years movie, where like he's watching Teletubbies, like when the zombies attack, and like that probably fucked up his brain because he was a kid and like watching everybody die, and that probably stuck in his brain. That's probably why he dresses everybody up like that. And like there's definitely like a part of a kid that's stuck in his brain, but like it's not fully formed. Like he never really fully formed because he never had that parent
Well,
relationship.
he stunted. He was immediately
Yeah.
experienced massive severe trauma, like and
like turning that into like a psychological killer. I mean, like it's kind of a trope that we've seen in other movies, but like it was very well done, I think, in this one, and like how he's like just fighting, like him using Stockholm syndrome to basically entrap these people, like because like they don't like the Jimmy Inc. So the last good one, like she was like pissed about missing Charity when they were gonna like kill all those people, and it was like, but then she's like a good person at the end, so it's like she's a little bit twisted from like being stuck with them and doing that for so long. But she wants to be a good person, so you can tell he's using psychological like torture for these people, like to keep them there.
absolutely. All these things you're mentioning are true. Like these are, but I just want to shout out Alex Garland, how he wrote the character. It's so fascinating. I really enjoyed the choices he made for the Jimmy Crystal character, for everything, for what he says, like how is that, and all, and like how he dresses, and the gold, like the tooth, and the Jimmy Savile reference. Like, so in 2002, the virus breaks out. He's 8 years old, right? He says he's 8 years old. He's watching. The last thing he sees is Teletubbies, where it's probably his favorite thing ever at the time because he's a kid. And then he immediately gets hit with the zombie outbreak. he writes the Jimmy Crystal character to represent how it's sort of like how it would be an arrested development of not only like history of the country, but as a person. Like he's a sicko. He's very kid-like in what he says. He loves the Teletubbies. He lies, like he gets told stories from God, from somebody that's not there, and he manipulates other people who are, you know, let's be honest, they're people who are deranged or deformed, or there's something really wrong with them. But in 2002, the virus breaks out. Jimmy Savile, he dresses exactly like that in the jumpsuits and the flashy outfit, the kicks. He's a love child, you know, actor. What, not actor, but like a sort of Mr. Rogers character. We didn't find out about how bad Jimmy Savile was as a person until 2011. So they never found that out. So to them, he's dressing like an icon. To somebody who's like a hero. It's just interesting how that sort of character embodies what I'm thinking is the overarching message is that like history, and it ends on that, like what Cillian Murphy's character is telling his daughter, for the test history, if you don't learn from it, you're bound to repeat it. How much there's like with everybody, with America, with Great Britain, and real life politics, there's a fascination with how things used to be and how much better it was. But realistically, when you pull back the curtain, as everything comes out with time, as time moves on, it's not as glorious as you thought it was. It's not as good as it is or was you thought it was in your mind. What really remains is the basic interaction with humans and how much we revere personhood and surviving and love and affection, and when people die, how you revere them and honor them. It's interesting how you honor it, you don't go back to it, you know?
Yeah.
Which is funny because this is an IP zombie series. But regardless, I digress. Really well written, and Nia DaCosta did a great job. It's very differently shot from Nia, from Boyle to Nia. She focuses more on longer than you should be on a shot, sitting in the uncomfortability of people doing sick, twisted shit. Whereas Danny Boyle was actiony. He had the iPhone Max rig with those action shots that when they killed a zombie, it does that, like that stop freeze frame where it covers the 360 view. They built a special rig for that, full of iPhones, to film those scenes.
Cody, I bet we're going to see that a lot in Resident Evil.
Yeah. Well,
like, it almost feels like made for
that or writing it. I think he might be both.
I think he's directing.
No, Krager's doing Resident Evil.
Oh, you're right. What am I saying? I revere them.
Resident Evil movie? That's sick.
Yeah, I revere them both the same. That's why I'm thinking that.
Well, it's also there's direct connective tissue here because Garland got the inspiration for the series from Resident Evil games. Like, he got the zombie idea from those games. So there's connective tissue.
There was Resident Evil movies before, though, right? I'm not.
Yeah,
they're really cheesy.
It's Paul Thomas Anderson and the Russian American lady.
Mila.
Yeah, they were like Raccoon City was like way over the top. Like, yeah, I remember those.
Yeah, speaking of which, they just released another Resident Evil video game that came out like 2 days ago. It's really good.
I was gonna say I heard it is. Yeah, it's getting good reviews.
Those games always go hard. I never played any of them, but I know those games go hard.
They've done great jobs, even with the remasters. I see why they're inspirational to some people.
Definitely right about her, like the director keeping the shot on for too long, like when they're taking everybody's shirts off in the
when they're literally degloving people's bodies.
Yeah, and like it just sits and you're just looking at this poor lady and guy just like next to him, just torn up, and like they make sure that you can see them in the back of the scene while Jimmy's talking to him. And like, or like when the hook comes through the back of her head.
Yeah, that's right. That's the scene where, and then it cuts away. She's like, it's on her face the whole time. It goes in her head, and she's like, obviously mumbling because her brain's dying. Yeah. And then it cuts back to her, and she's still dying with the hook in her head. It's like, ooh, fuck. Interesting choice there.
It was definitely I think it was one of the best horror movies I've seen. Like, because it was. I mean, obviously, like the zombie part's like, that's the part that's like, all right, like you can suspend your belief with that. it's like, all right, zombies aren't real, but like the whole like horror element of the people and like what they're doing and like the psychological like impact it's having on all these people is like the part that's like really,
You
really.
can really get bogged down in films where it's the post-apocalypse, but it's like really the whole time people are like the villain. People are the real villain stuff. Like you can get bogged down in that. It's a very classic trope for all these films, and I think it's a testament to how well these are written and acted and performed, and the choices they made that they don't bog it down that much. Like, yeah, I believe that this guy's a fucking crazy, sick, twisted guy, and it's compelling. It's a compelling story. It's not like, okay, we get it. People are really bad. Not the zombies.
Walking Dead.
Yeah, right, exactly. Like
Walking Dead beat you over that with that shit, man.
How many seasons did they go on? Like, I think the last villain I really cared about in The Walking Dead was the governor guy with the eye patch. He had a compelling story, and then I don't remember anything.
I like Jeffrey
too.
Morgan's character. Like that was my guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's that show basically just goes from like psycho cult to psycho cult, basically. Like every season's a new psycho cult guy.
Like we get it. Can the zombies like be the bad guys for once?
Yeah,
other than the zombies so like innocuous and like uninteresting and like almost non-threatening because they just like walk. It's like, all right, just don't end up in a corner.
Well, see, it's not the Running Dead.
They're called they're called walkers for a reason in that show. That's for sure.
It's like every time I saw them like on like a fucking highway or something like that, and there was like a bunch of them coming at them, and they were like freaking out. I'm like, turn around and jog for like 5 minutes, and you're gonna have like 100-yard fucking head start on them to figure out what to do. Like
Big J Okerson, a comedian, has a very funny bit that he covered on the bonfire about how he just loved being in The Walking Dead. He'd be like, just open the door, do a lap around them, start lining them up for fucking trick shots as you, like just go inside, take a break, eat a snack, come back out, got a couple more. Yeah, can't do that in this one. What was your favorite scene of the film?
I mean, I kind of liked the Iron Maiden scene just because it kind of just got me amped up. I mean, it was kind of over the top, but it was good to see Kelson like get to like because he was dancing the whole movie and like jamming out the whole movie. It was good to see him.
Ray Fiennes eats up the screen in that scene. That's my favorite scene of the film.
It's
like, meant to be
crazy in that scene, and like
it's very well shot.
Like, and then like him talking afterwards, like his face when he realizes like, oh, that's Spike. Like, oh, like they're gonna keep going and killing people, and like I'm gonna be giving them the okay to go do it because like if I don't, I'm gonna die.
And that's the thing. Kelson was an adult before the outbreak. He was a doctor before the outbreak broke out, but Jimmy Crystal was a kid. So he doesn't take much logic in thinking to be like, oh, you think you're like the son of the devil? Well, Christianity, what happened to the son of God? Like he had to die, and therefore, and then he outfoxes them there and ends up in both their deaths. But he did it because he wanted to save Spike. Yeah.
I mean, Spike has been through like so much in that fucking movie. I mean, he lost his mom. He found his dad's cheating on his mom, lost his mom. Then the guy that was like one of his only friends in the world, he just lost him too. He just sacrificed himself to save him.
There's a real sense of stunted like childhood. Danny Boyle has a lot of misgivings. Or Alex Garland, whoever did make the choices, but he obviously has real misgivings about stunted childhoods. Maybe he had his own. I don't know their upbringing, but it's very much like Arrested Development, stunted childhood exploration here. Because you're right, Spike's thrown in. The whole first movie is about how like, he's too young to go out, and then he goes out and he loses his mom. Like he's still holding on. He's going with the Power Ranger, where he puts it back. And then the next film is like Jimmy Crystal is actually the stunted developed child. Yeah, the Bone Temple scene. Yeah, the Iron Man. Jacob.
I mean, I probably would have said that if not that. Just like the buddy scenes with Fiennes and Samson are great too.
Just listening to Duran Duran, girls on film together, like just with their dicks out, like just dudes being dudes.
Also, kind of like you were saying, where I also really like the conversation between Fiennes and Jimmy when he first comes up, because like you're saying, it's like Fiennes kind of like reading him so hard, like pieces together that his dad was the priest just because he lived near the church. Like he kind of was like taking whatever Jimmy said and like comprehending like the situation. He kind of was like picking apart his story. He's like, oh, I get it. I'm dealing with the fucking psycho in the end, basically.
Just one motif there that we talked about. I'm beating it to death here, but in that conversation, when Jimmy Crystal asked Ray Fiennes, Kelson's character, what was like before the outbreak? He's like, I don't really remember it. I just remember like brief moments and feelings, and like that just ties that into like the past, and how you feel about it can influence what you think about it, and yeah, tie that in with Brexit, Jimmy Savile, all that stuff.
Yeah, and
Guy has a lot of issues with his childhood in the past.
well, that's the stunted childhood stuff too. Like how we talk about how they're anti-war and like big government. Probably talking about how like children soldiers all around the world. Like this is not a situation like just like how they like doing in these movies. Like it is just like it was before in a way, because people are awful. Like kids around the world are fighting in their middle school, elementary school years, and having their childhood stunted hardcore, like Sierra Leone and shit like that.
Alas, the humans are the real bad guys.
Yeah.
I also did like the scene when Dr. Kelson like fully committed to Samson basically, and was like, all right, like I'm gonna get you really stoned, and I'm just gonna get really stoned and fall asleep right next to you, and like,
Oh, that was him being like, I'm
go.
gonna die. Like I'm planning on dying today.
Yeah, his it was basically like, hey, like if this works, great. Like I can see if I can cure you. I can like work with you or whatever. And if it doesn't work, like he was ready to die. Like he didn't care. Like you just saw him looking at his wife and missing her and everything like that. Like
Right. I don't think he was worried about the cure. Like I don't think he had any conception that there could have been a cure. I think he was just getting the inkling there. When he gave it to him again, it was immediately after the scene where he's looking at his wife and he's like alone in his bed and he's sad. I think that's sort of like showing that he was willing to die there. Like he's ready to die. He's done everything. He's no real need for him to go on. And he was willing to take that risk.
yeah, that's what I mean. It was like a risk. It was like it was either gonna be
It was an attempted
die.
suicide.
He was either gonna die from that guy, or if he did die, then like that means that Samson was starting to become more conscious of what's going on and like wants to come back, and like there's a reason for him to keep living. So it was like he's basically put all of his eggs into one basket of Samson becoming conscious.
He's probably like, what's the point of living if he can't, you know what I mean? He probably had that too. It's like, if this doesn't work, then what's even the risk?
Rated out of 5 stars, guys. And we'll wrap it.
I would definitely give that like 4.5 stars.
Jacob?
4.25.
These are both 4 stars for me. I don't like to do the 4 unless I'm like completely. They border on 4.5. I actually no. I gave part 1 4.5. I'm gonna give this one 4.5 too, just for different reasons. But memorable, each memorable in their own regard. And I really hope we get the third. I want a conclusion. Imagine the blue balls we get if that's like it.
Oh my god. Yeah, we need to see Cillian Murphy with the squad like that. It was such a fan fit. Like, yeah.
You don't bring him back in that film if you don't intend on making the next one.
Yeah,
he's an executive producer on that film too, so
they'll probably do better in the box office with Cillian too. They can at least rest assured that way. Like they'd have
Killian, you know that, right?
Killian. But they.
I say the same thing. It's spelled like Cillian. I thought it was Cillian for as long as.
No, Steve, you do it with a different guy. What's his name?
Ralph.
Who's Ralph Fiennes? Yeah.
Yes.
Well, what fucks me up is that Killian Hayes is a K.
Yeah, fucks me up too.
Yeah,
I called him Cillian Murphy for up until like 2 years ago.
Just man.
When he was in Oppenheimer.
We still call him Deron Williams. His name is Darren Williams. So like we're just terrible people. Is what it is.
Yeah.
4.5 out of 5 stars. Both these. And I hope we get
4.25.
4.25. Yeah.
Good stuff. Steve, before we go, you're picking the theme for the upcoming month.
Yeah, do some heist movies. Like, it's a little palate cleanser because like we've had a lot of Debbie Downer movies for the last couple of the heist movies are a way that we can do something a little bit more fun.
Do you have a film for the first week since it's your month?
I'm stuck between 2 movies, and it would be Army of the Dead, which would be just another zombie movie.
I was joking with that one.
It's been rated as one of the best heist movies. It's a fun
It's not, but go ahead.
It's a very fun movie. And
they have alphas.
They do.
They even have a fucking zombie tiger.
They have Dave Bautista too, so you know I'm fucking in. And Den of Thieves, I think would probably be the other one. Because that's another good movie. That's Liev Schreiber's half brother Tyler, I think his name is. Am I getting that fucked up?
No, it's O'Shea Jackson Jr., it's Gerard Butler, it's 50 Cent, it's Schreiber's brother. Which I've seen both. Jacob, yeah, have you seen any? Do you have a preference?
I haven't seen Den.
Never seen
It's a
that.
good movie.
I've not.
better than
I have
Army of the
seen
Dead.
Army of the Dead.
Okay, that's it. Den of Thieves. I forget who directed it.
He doesn't have to watch.
No, Army of the Dead's. I'll watch it again. I just was like, it's like, you got the whole crystallize shit, and that it's like there's a lot to talk about with that film. It just wasn't that great of a film. Den of Thieves is a good film, and there's a lot to talk about. So heist month, the month of March, my birthday month. Steve, we didn't. Do we wish you happy birthday? It's late now, but we might have wished it on the last pod. But happy belated, pal. My birthday next month. Jacob, when's your birthday?
July 25th, so not for a while.
You're a summer baby. Yeah. Okay.
You're right around fucking baseball. You're right around the opening of free agency too for the NBA. You're in a fun time of the year.
Yeah, and get this childhood summer B days always went hard too. That's for sure.
Oh my
Being
God.
able to do shit outside.
Absolutely. Speaking of happy birthday, JT, we'll see you soon. Happy birthday to you. We maybe will be on a pod before then, but I don't know. We'll see. Until then, go C's. Feel better. JT, rest up. We'll see you soon, pal. JB, keep it up. Rest of the boys, keep that energy. Let's go, boys.
Love you guys.
Peace.
Bye.